Everybody on Facebook, how you guys doing today? I'm going to take the next just minute or so to refresh my page. I'm going to wait till a few of you guys are jumping online. This way I'm going to be able to correspond with each of you guys while we are going through the video. So let me bring this up here. All right. So let's see this. All right, we are going public. Is everybody tagged on that side, love?
I don't know.
Okay, let's see here. All right, is there anybody you see jumping on?
Not yet.
Okay, perfect. So we're just gonna go ahead and wait a couple of minutes here. I want to make sure that we can get a couple of people. We've been able to tag quite a few folks, but I was able to send out a message to quite a few individuals on my social media who was very curious about what I'm going to be able to show you guys tonight. And I wanted to be able to take a few minutes to do this because, you know, we live in such a fascinating generation and time age. And, you know, we have the ability of being able to use and are surrounded by so many different technological advancements. You know, we have the amazing cell phones and smartphones that we use. You know, just like you guys see here, I have my MacBook that's sitting right here on my couch. You know, we've got Wi-Fi, different web networks, and we've got all sorts of different stuff that we've got blasting through the airwaves. And of course, the big thing that Verizon and AT&T and all these other companies are talking about is 5G. That is the big, grand all next best thing, the fastest speeds ever that we've ever experienced. You know, so then this way, the relationships, the networking, the connections that we can make with people all around the world is going to be so much faster and so much more intimate in that aspect. And do I agree? Absolutely. You know, being able to use technology allows us the ability of being able to talk with you wherever you are around the world. You know, that's one of the things I find so very fortunate about being plugged in on here on social media is that there are folks that I'm able to be in contact with everywhere. And honestly, without this technology, we'd still be sending carrier pigeons and having folks riding horses, sending, you know, letters the old-fashioned way. You know, so why is this so very important with what we're dealing with today? Now, science is really starting to catch up to what's been going on with electromagnetic frequency and radiation. So, you know, we talk about 5G and how incredible it is and how beneficial it is and how we're going to be able to upgrade and continuously revamp our technological advancement. You know, but what's really coming out now is that the entire scientific community, there's, you know, large groups of scientists and physicists in Europe, in Hungary, here in the United States, all over in the Middle East, and all parts of the world. You've got scientists that are coming together saying how detrimental and damaging and possibly life-threatening that 5G can be. There was a recent article that was posted to where in Europe they were doing testing on 5G broadcasting, and during this demo run there was a cluster of birds that was in the area, and out of 300 birds that were flying, 2 of them survived. 298 of them dropped dead like that. And what took place was once they did autopsies on the animals, on the birds, they were able to realize is that their hearts stopped. Perfectly healthy animals otherwise. So why is this so very important as we're moving forward in this direction? Well, you know, technology is a part of what we do every single day. We can't get away from it. You know, just like where I'm living right now, when I use my Wi-Fi on my computer, I can click that button and I've got the better part of maybe 75 different networks that pop up, and all of those frequencies are floating through the airwaves. We can't see them. But what they're doing is it's creating discord and it's creating tension at a molecular level, at a cellular level within our bodies. And what people don't realize is through an EKG test, you actually have the ability of being able to detect whether you do have this body tension that flows through, that is in your body. And what that body tension is, it is extra electrical current that is flowing through your system. Our bodies naturally produce a small amount of electrical impulses and synapses. This is how our entire system works through our central nervous system. And when we increase the amount of vibration and the amount of tension and movement that's going on there, everything increases. So inflammation increases. Moods decrease because you're constantly more stressed. You deal with chronic fatigue. You can't sleep at night. So for those of you that are dealing with constant headaches, you're not quite sure why, or tinnitus, and again, you're going to the doctor constantly. You know, this is something that I see many of the people that I love, that that are friends and close family to me, that deal with these problems, and nobody knows why. But when you go to the doctor, they're going to run you through 500 different tests, and they're never going to be able to tell you the reason. Why? Because this isn't something that they're looking for. They're not looking for electromagnetic radiation and frequency that's going through your body. But this is something that's very real, that's causing a great effect on you, your loved ones, and everybody within our community as we know it today. You know, with satellites and everything that's going on in today's world, it doesn't matter where you want to put yourself. Even if I'm sure you're at the top of Mount Everest, you're going to be inundated and bombarded with all of these different frequencies. But again, with now knowing all of this information, why is any of that useful? Well, we still have to use this technology unless we want to go live back in a cave. I know I still do. The phone that this is being recorded on, my computer here that I'm able to see. Hey Matt, hey Daniel, thank you guys for joining me. You know, being able to use this is something that I absolutely love. I'm sure you love. You're probably watching this on your phone or on your laptop right now. And what's going on is all of those frequencies that is being emitted through networking and things of that nature, is your body is soaking all of that up. So all of that electrical current that isn't supposed to be going through your body now is. And so if the science is showing that this is detrimental for your health, how do you protect yourself? Well, let me take a couple minutes and show you how. So what I have here is a pillow that is called the Groundie Pro pillow. And what this is specifically designed to do is based off of the science and the technicalities of earthing. Now, this is something very unique, and the science behind this has really been broadcasted, even much more so over the last 15 or 20 years. Now, what is earthing? Earthing is where you go and put your feet and you put your body connected on dirt, on grass, connected to nature, the earth around us. And we've realized a couple of things. One, it decreases inflammation of the body. Two, it raises your endorphins and serotonin levels and dopamine levels to increase your mood. And it has a multitude of other health effects. And we've always wondered why. Well, it's when we look at the science behind it all, it's because of the fact that the earth is a large magnet. And what that energy is able to do is constantly flow through your body. So when you've got all of these stressors and tensions that are coming within you, being connected to the earth around us allows all of that to flow outside of you. So again, you're grounding yourself. You're putting yourself to where the electrical current can flow outside of your body. But the challenge with that we've been understanding over the last 15 or 25 years is that the Earth's poles are reversing. The magnetic poles are shifting, and this is decreasing the magnetism around the Earth. Now, why is that important for earthing? Well, that means when you go out and you stand on the ground and you're putting your 2 feet on the beautiful grass, that you're able to do so and enjoy that soft, luscious, fantastic feel on your toes. Well, it's not doing the same effect as what it was doing previously because of the fact that we have so many more things that are broadcasting different frequencies. So now you have an available opportunity to be able to protect yourself and those that you love by being able to acquire one of the Groundie Pro blankets. Now let me show you how this works. It's very, very simple. So we have this one in particular here is the pillow. So we have the Groundie Pro pillow here that you can place anywhere. If you're sitting at your desk, if you can put it on the floor to where it's then underneath your feet, bare skin contact is best, but again, through clothing, it is not detrimental, doesn't make a difference to it whatsoever. Now, I want to be able to show you guys here what this machine here is called a multimeter. Now, you can go to your local hardware store, a Lowe's, a Home Depot, and you can actually purchase this item directly. So this is something that's available to the general public. And what we have this device here is that this is connected through this wire directly into the ground here that's plugged into this surge protector that's directly into the wall. And this other cord connected to the multimeter, what this banana plug does is that when I put my hand on here, this can actually detect the millivoltage that's going through my body. Okay, now what makes this very unique is that there are specific levels that the health community has been able to put out that our bodies can deal with, and extra voltage that run through us outside of our heart and our brain synapses that are comfortably healthy. And that's between 0 and 10 millivolts, okay? Now, once you get to the 10 level, your body is no longer able to process this on its own. So between 10 and 100 millivolts, you're starting to look at a minor change that's going to then bring a outstanding and a long-lasting effect. But once you go over 100 millivolts, and for some folks, we've been able to see them go as high as 3,000 or 4,000. Once you get into that range, folks, let me tell you right off the bat, that is dangerous. That is so much electrical current running through your body that it is creating dysfunction at a cellular level. Again, when there's too much electricity going on, things aren't firing properly, so you're literally frying the system, you're overloading the system. And that's exactly what this is doing. This is overloading your system and creating extra body tension. So, we can see here with the multimeter, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this back on, that this is now running the alternate current in millivolts. Okay, and you can see here without me touching or doing anything at all, that based on where it's sitting, just normally, there's almost 300 millivolts just coursing through the air. This is something that you can see without me actually touching it. Now, to give you a baseline, I am now going to put my hand on the banana clip, as we can see here, and this is my baseline reading. So right now, as I sit here, my body tension, I'm running about 600 millivolts, way above any type of healthy normal range that my body can accustom to and deal with naturally, way above that range. And of course, this is actually low these days compared to some folks, which I'll actually demonstrate to you here in a minute. So as we can see here, this is my baseline. Now, the thing that makes the Groundie Pro pillows and blankets so very unique is the way that they're designed is that this allows that extra electrical voltage to flow directly out of your system. So as we see here, I'm now going to place my hand, just my hand, directly on the pillow itself, and we're going to be able to see the difference of where my voltage is going to go. So as soon as I place my hand on the pillow, within a few seconds, I'm able to get down to 2 millivolts, 1 millivolt, being able to almost completely eliminate any extra frequencies that are flowing through my body. Again, I'm going to remove my hand. Okay, so this is standard, just like it was showing before, a mid 600 millivolts flowing through my body just here as I sit. And this time I'm going to do something very similar, but last time I used my entire hand. This time I'm just going to use the tip of my index finger. Okay, this is how effective this pillow is. I can put my index finger down. Okay. And we're bringing me down closer to a healthy range. Again, complete bare hand. And I am removing more than 99%, 99.9% of all of the electromagnetic frequency that's flowing through my body has got somewhere to go. So it's no longer staying with me. Now, what I'm about to show you guys is the next step. And this is what's really important, is we're always usually working in an office for many of us, or for some of us that are entrepreneurs that are always on the move. We're usually always sitting with our laptops, in our laps. We've always got our cell phones attached in our pockets, on our faces. We've got our wireless headphones going. So you're constantly putting these frequencies directly into your system. Now, what I want to be able to show you guys is a live plug-in with an iPad. We can see here, I'm now plugging it in. So you guys can see now that this iPad is charging. Okay, so this would be to simulate that a laptop is in your lap or you're doing work, okay? So I'm just gonna hold this close next to my body. So you do see this. Again, no changes, still plugged in. And now as I put my hand on the multimeter, this red light that comes up is saying that I'm not even grounded whatsoever.
And I have nearly 2,300 millivolts of current flowing through my body because I've got it right next to me, plugged in directly to a live line. So it is charging, okay? 2,300 millivolts. This is something that in a very short period of time can be extremely detrimental to your health. Again, for some of you that are already dealing with cluster headaches or headaches that you don't know where they come from, that deal with sleep disorders and insomnia, if you're not sure why and you're going to the doctors, more than likely you're dealing with an EMF radiation poisoning. Okay, so as we can see here, 2,300 millivolts flowing through my body. And as soon as I put my hand on the Groundie Pro blanket, on the pillow, we're bringing me down to nearly a safe level of where my body can naturally remove this. And again, this is very unique because I do have this iPad directly tucked into my body. Okay, so 2,300 millivolts. Again, without the iPad, I'm gonna just set it down. My body tension nearly drops in half. Okay, what people don't realize is electromagnetic frequencies stay with your body. So it was just connected to me. Before, my flat line was almost 700 millivolts. Now it's nearly doubled because I had the iPad with me. I'm gonna put the iPad back in my arm. Now it's showing me that I'm not even grounded whatsoever. That's what the red light indicates, that I'm connected to a live amperage, live wire, okay? And as soon as I place my hand on the pillow, the light goes away, showing me that I am grounded and brings my millivolts down to 12. That is how effective this is. That is what you're able to do to protect yourself. And this isn't something that's talked about a lot because, again, why talk about something that could possibly help you in the long run when that is the entire point of what we are doing here? This is all about how you can improve your quality of life making small investments. It's the little changes that you make in your life that will allow you to enjoy the quality and the benefit of your experience 110%. So what I'd like to be able to show you guys here is we do have 3 sizes available for the Groundie Pro. We do have the pillow here available. Again, this is great if you're sitting in an office chair. It's extremely small. You're able to just sit on it, not a problem. You can plug it in. The thing that makes this so very versatile compared to any other materials that are out there or any other companies that are out there is that this is used with a clip, not a plug-in. That makes this completely usable anywhere that you want it to be. So you can attach it anywhere to the pillow, just as such, easy peasy. The other end of the cord only has the ground connected to the outlet. So again, you know 100% this is not connected to a live wire. There is no way you can have electricity running through your system. So you plug this in just as you would any other outlet, clipped in as you like, and you can either sit on this while you're working, simple enough, or for many of us, we all like to kick our shoes off, be it at 8:30 in the morning or 8:30 at night. So if you're sitting in the office, this is something that's very easy for you to do. So this way, if you're wearing socks, it's okay. Bare skin is always best for conductivity, but with the specialized material that we're using, it's not a necessity. Unless you're wearing wool, wool is the only fabric and fiber that does not conduct electricity whatsoever, and that will create a barrier. But polyesters, cotton, silks, any of those other materials, no issues whatsoever. So we do have the pillow available. The other sizes that we do have available for you. Now this here is the single blanket, and we also do offer a double blanket, which is double the size. Fortunately, we've already been able to start putting this into the hands of many individuals, so we've run out of inventory so far on our double blankets. We've got some more right now coming in from the manufacturer. So I wanted to take a few minutes to be able to share this with you guys, especially living in an awakened and enlightened community. You know, this is an opportunity for us to be able to use the technologies of today while still being able to protect ourselves at a basic molecular level. That, again, is what is most important, folks. Unless you get an EKG scan, you will not be able to tell if you're having this type of EMF radiation and poisoning in your body.
Now, something that's so very unique is that there is a program very specific that allows us to be able to test you and where you do have any types of issues like this. What it does is it does a molecular scan of the body. So if these are anything like this that's interesting to you, to make sure that you can protect yourself, your loved ones, for those of you that are expecting kids, that have dogs and cats and animals, we're all creatures alike, and we all feel and enjoy and experience similar ideologies and perspectives. And these waves affect us no matter who you are. So this is going to be good for you and anybody else in your household, be it two-legged or four-legged friends. So if you've got any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'd love to be able to inform you and educate you a little bit more on how these particular products and items work. So again, feel free to contact me here on Facebook, or my number directly is 909-315-0678. And just remember, the reason why we're bringing these products, and I say we because I have somebody on the other side of this camera that's actually the one that's helping me bring all of this here to the US, and she's the real reason why a lot of this is happening. And so to reach out to us, we'd love to be able to educate you, walk you through this process, because what we're here to do is help you improve your quality of life in every which way possible. So I love you, we love you, we're thankful for you. Have a wonderful rest of your day and week. We look forward to talking to you soon. Take care.